Hello and welcome again to another React video for the 4 Points Film Project 2024. Today we're going to be looking at a film called Trollphy Wife. Now I'm not going to lie, I remember watching this film for 1 minute and then I moved on. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't my thing. It was not my thing. But I think the director or someone in the WhatsApp group allowed me to react and create a react video for their film. So you could essentially say this is my first proper viewing of the short film. Now, don't get me wrong. There are quite a bit of films. Because there was like what 7 groups of films to watch that had like 13 to 15 films each in them. Like there was a lot of films to actually get through, and I was primarily only interested in the ones that can capture. So this is very, very, very important. That what I'm about to say. You need to capture the audience in the first 30 seconds to a minute. If you're not capturing them, I'm sorry, but it's going to hinder the rest of the film. The judge's emotions towards the film, how they think about the film. If you're not capturing the audience straight away, you're a little bit screwed. You're a little bit screwed. And this can go with a really good film or not. Like for instance, if the top 5 films that I wrote down had bad intros, I would have skipped them, and then they wouldn't be in the top 5 anymore. You need to be captivated straight away. You need to be captivated, and yeah. So anything that's jarring, the sound, the audio, the music, the acting, like everything is on the line in the first 30 seconds of your film, especially for a short film. I always stress that, build the world straight away. It's a short film. Build it immediately. Get right into it. Like set yourself up for success. If you don't set it up at the very beginning of the film, you're gonna set yourself up for failure. Which is and I'm not talking about Trollphy Wife in general. I'm talking about every film in general. If you can't capture the audience straight away, you're sort of screwed. Because a trailer can only do so much. A trailer can only ever do so much, because if you make a trailer and it's really good, and you watch the film and it's really shit, you're lying to the audience, and the audience have paid a bit of money to go watch it, and potentially wasted 2 hours of their lives. Time is money, friend. But yeah. That being said, that is not my opinion of Trollphy Wife, the film. Like I said, I've only seen the first minute of it. I don't know what the rest of the film is actually like. I don't have any notes for it. I have no idea what I'm about to get into. I've only seen the first minute of it during the competition. I said to myself, it's not for me. It reminds me of film school. This is not for me. This story's not for me. I'm not gelling with the film, so I decided to move on. But that being said, now I'm going to actually watch it, review it, and critique the film. And I will be fair. I will 100% be fair. Like I'm to all films, I'll be 100% fair when it comes to reviewing and critiquing. That also being said, mind you, like I'm not a runner-up. I'm not an actual winner per se for these competitions, but I do have a tremendous amount of experience, and I have feature films that have sold, and some that didn't, and some that failed. Like heaps of short films that failed, quite a few of them that won awards. So I've been all over the joint. I know what it takes to get to the top. to scratch and grind and claw out of the bottom. Personal story: I almost quit this year filmmaking. I almost quit because so many things I thought weren't going my way. I just put my documentary Fight Back. I just put it online, not online, but there was a cinema that picked it up, and they wanted to do 2 screenings of the. I said no, we'll just do 1, because I didn't have any confidence in myself that who's gonna watch this documentary? No one's gonna buy it. No one's gonna come. They go, the cinema goes, we're going to give you guys the 180 seat cinema. I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, how the fuck am I gonna get all these people to come and watch this? Yeah. But like, there was an audience for my documentary, a massive audience, because it was the national sport. It's about the national sport and the inner workings of our national sport, and a controversy at the time. So it attracted a lot of people. We were sold out for the first session, and the second session were over 60% capacity of the next one, of 190 seat cinema. So it was actually pretty successful. We only made that documentary for like $2,000. So, but all that being said, I'm not trying to make a long intro, but all that being said, because now that documentary and our one feature film that I made a couple years ago during COVID, and then another feature film that was made all the way back in 2015, all 3 of them are getting released next year online. And it's all like self-distribution. The reason why I went with self-distribution is because we didn't spend that much money on these films. Documentary spent $2,000, kindling it was 17,000, and Blue Grace would have been not my money, but the producer's money would have been like close to 40 grand, 20 to something like that, 40 grand. But those are all going to be self-released, and we do feel like that's the best way we're going to get our money back. And the feature film, I already made my money back with the feature film. I only spent $2,000. I made $2,000 back, and the cinema made their $2,000. So yeah, but sometimes it's not always about winning, and it's not about, it's not about awards either. Making film is making film. Every film has an audience, no matter what. And this film, to me at the time, just I felt like I wasn't the audience for this film. But enough being said, that's a really, really long intro. We are going to watch Flapper Productions' Trollphy Wife. I think this was nominated or won the trailer. Actually, no, it didn't win trailer. It was nominated for the trailer, or was that? Yeah. So, it has a very interesting look. That's what I'm going to say. It really does. But let's get into the film, and then we'll critique later, and we'll talk about it later. Yes. All right, let's get started, eh? Romance zombie. Okay.
That's a good flapper.
You to see me before I've had a chance to get ready in the morning. Oh, I just always want to just look my best for you, darling. Are you off to work then? I'll see you when you return. I'll have dinner ready. Darling? Oh, wait, darling. Oh, you forgot your work hat, my dear. You have a wonderful day.
Flowers, flowers, flowers everywhere. Flowers, flowers, flowers in my hair. Flowers, flowers, pretty as can be. Flowers here and flowers there, they're just for you and me. Flowers, flowers, oh,
course her. Who else would have the audacity? She came up to me and she said, "Trust me, you don't want to know how this ends." I would never speak ill of someone, but I do not find her pleasing. Yes, you're right. I must keep my own peace. Cheers, my love. You know, I don't think I've told you yet the exciting news I got today. Guess who's the new manager of the lighthouse? Yes, I've been working so hard for it, darling. Oh, I was overjoyed to... Would you mind caring for the children tonight? I'm just so nervous with my first night on the job and everything, and... No, you're right, darling. Of course, motherhood first. You got something? You shouldn't have.
Dancing mask.
How do I look? Oh, stop it. Oh, darling. Thank you. Sounds like the children are ready for dinner. I think they'll enjoy this as well. Be right back. Yes, Mummy's coming. Darling, settle down. Settle down now. Oh, heavens. What have we told you? Patience is a virtue, my child. Hey, back up now. Give Mommy a chance to get out your dinner. You're going to love what we made tonight. Darling. There you are, sweetie. There you go. Hey. Put it down. Share. Oh, that's my good darling. Oh, my sweet children. Mommy loves you.
There's an actual cat at the bottom of the screen. The fuck? I was like, I had to screw that up. I was like, what the fuck?
By day, by night, by zombie, by troll. A woman's work is never done.
think Calvin's the cat. Stop. Back. Okay. So I'm just processing like what I just watched. Um Believe it or not, I do have good things to actually to say about this film. Okay. I actually do have good things. It there are the funniest thing to me, whether they're aware of it or not, they tapped into a style that could have been utilized really, really well. That could have been utilized really, really well. I wish I could pull up examples on here, but I haven't really, because this is technically the first time I was watching it fully. There were some really cool tricks that they did. So like I said, I'm gonna talk about the good things first. The things that I thought were clever. This first shot, if they had the right light, man, it was a beautiful location, man. What was it? The Sunbury Manor? In that, where is it? Sunbury Manor. In historic Shamokin, is it Shamokin? Or yeah, Shamokin, Pennsylvania. What a beautiful location! Oh, beautiful location. Man, and the funniest thing is the fucking troll suits the location. The colors suit the location. So these are things I can't fault. I can't fault these. It felt like the camera was on autofocus, which is not a good thing because I saw it. Unless the cinematographer was still trying to find focus during the shot. I do that. I do that sometimes because I'm never sure. And I've got two monitors to look at too, and I'm always like, ooh. But it reminds me a lot of film school. It is very self-aware.
Darling? Oh, wait, darling. Oh, you forgot your work hat, my dear.
I'm gonna say this. I would assume that their equipment, that they didn't have that much equipment. If they had C-stands and all that, I would have lit downward onto the dining table. I'm not gonna lie. This type of style, when you start framing your frames like this and keeping the actor's head sort of towards the center, not the center of the frame, but the middle line, you are now filming a very specific style of film. This resembles like 1920s filmmaking styles. Like you're showing the grandness of the scene at a lower angle. That's a bad shot there. I would have drawn it down, kept them flat. If it was the idea is there. I can see that the idea is there that candle should have been lit. I would have decked out this whole scene in candles, right? It would have been tedious, but I would have candle lit everything. I would have used some spun on my lighting, and I would have just a little bit of dim lighting from behind, right? With the candles, I would have stacked the whole table with candles, and I would have just added like a little bar, like a light bar, and color temperature. Set the color temperature to like warm to match the candles, and you could have actually had really creative lighting, and you would have had this really cool look, like really beautiful look to the film. So like these are the positive things, like these are the constructive criticism part. Same thing here. I would have I don't know why I'm pointing at you, you guys can't see that, but out here, like with my mouse here, that is the right lighting. In the background, that's the right lighting to cut the background out, to cut the actors out from the background. But we have two fucking light sources here. I would have lit downward, contrast it, have an angle here, contrast your lighting, like have these sectors here dark, and just contrast your lighting. There are so many missed opportunities to have this really creative, artistic style. Same thing here. I would have closed my barn doors. I would have lit only this part, just across here. Let that start dim and fade out. And but yeah, like there was a missed opportunity. Like I can see that there was like the thought process was on the right track, but it was the execution and maybe the lack of equipment that sort of deducted the points for creativity, I guess. Yeah, where's the lighting coming from here? Because it's different. It's totally different. I love how it's a fencing mask to stop the poke of the sword, like that fencers use, and then you get like a traditional one-handed balanced sword that's obviously not sharp, it's blunt. I can tell by the look of it. This is so this looks, see, this is what I was talking about before. Lean into the contrast, the dark nature of this, and you would have had a really creative film. This reminds me of like a lot of 1920s, 1930s filmmaking, man, before they sort of started putting in sound and audio into their films. Some of them did have it, but this, I'm not gonna lie, this is a great visual, honestly. The acting was over the top, but I would have leaned into the 1920s style of acting. I would have like overdone the makeup. I would have overdone the contrast nature of this. But yeah, like in terms of the technical aspects, there's so many missed opportunities. This shot doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. With the right camera and the right lenses, this would have looked a little bit better. This was a very creative. The lighthouse was so creative.
By day, by night, by zombie, by troll.
You can tell by the shadows. It looks like they're just doing this and then pointing it down to the ground, bringing it back up, putting it down to the ground, because you can tell because the shadows are moving upward.
By day, by night.
So you ready?
By zombie, by troll.
And then you can see it. You can see the shadows just flick up to the top left. So, but that is a very creative way to do the lighthouse, man. Like I understood it quite well. Very nice. I would have leaned more into the poetry. I would have, like, there's so many missed opportunities with this, man. With the location, I would have taken inspiration from Edgar Allan Poe. I would have definitely drawn in from that, and I still would have used the troll. I think the troll looks fucking hilarious. But with the right lighting, you could have the troll look much better on camera. instead of just like this jokey little thing, this quirky little thing. I would have leaned more into this old style filmmaking, man. Would that be a winner? Would that be like an award winner? Maybe in terms of art direction, the one that we won. This had so much missed opportunity for art direction. So many little things, practical lighting, use candles. These outdoor scenes I don't think are necessary. I would have skipped all that. I would have just focused on all the rest of this. Like, there are hints. See, that's the sad part. There are hints. There are hints of style in this film, whether they know it or not. Who was the best boy, Lord Kelvin? Was that the cat? Writer and editor, and Spencer Ross. Troll Wrangler. Okay. Cinematographer, co-producer, location scout, prop master, Dakota Shuck. My advice would be to whether you know it or not, there is something there to a style. This is a very like, I'm just remembering the rest of the competition and the other films from the competition. This could have been very unique. This could have been very, very unique. This could have stood out like crazy, not stand out like a sore thumb, which what I thought. Because like I said, I only watched the first minute of this. The first I watched up to here and then I stopped. I was like, but you could have played into the odd nature of all the food being marbles and balls and tennis balls and all that shit. You could have easily played into that, and it would have worked so well if the lighting was right, if the choice of shots were right. Just But yeah, other than that, I thought that this is going to be a really brutal watch. Something that was going to be very brutal for me to watch, and I'll just have nothing but bad things to say about it. But I actually saw the vision, right? As a producer, like from a producer's point of view and a director's point of view, I can see and I guess cinematography. I can see the vision. The execution was nowhere near it. I wouldn't say it's the opposite. You went in the opposite direction. It was just the idea was there, it just wasn't executed as well. I would like for you guys to actually give this one more chance. Not one more chance, like another try. This type of style, yeah. But I would say watch some of the old 1910s, like early 1900s, 1910s, 1920s, even some of the 1930s style of filmmaking. The biggest example I would say would be was it The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari? That would be a good one. I would have, and also some of the Edgar Allan Poe stuff. You have such a beautiful location. Oh man, give it another go. I would say give it another go. If you ever get something, if you do next year, if you participate next year and you get something wacky, go back to this location. I don't care if it's for a drama, for a comedy, for a fucking sci-fi, for a fucking horror. That location can suit every single one of them. Go back there, film one more time, but invest into gear. Get more crew members onto your set. Study. Spend next year researching on classical films, and I guarantee you will have a unique film on your hands next time round. And with the acting and story, it's over the top. It is completely over the top. It's very self-aware, and that can also be a good thing. It's not just a bad thing. It can be a good thing if it's in the right genre, in the right because as long as you get it from the very beginning, right? As long as you portray that from the very start of the film, you'll have a potential top 10, easy top 10. But keep working on your craft. Keep working on your craft. Study, 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 and I'll say this before I go. As stupid as this reference is, I think it's from Barbershop 2. I think it is, but the quote is this: you can measure once and cut 10 times, or you can measure 10 times and cut only once. And the idea of that is preparation. You can go in thinking that you know everything, but then you end up fucking fumbling, and you have to do things over and over and over again, and you just fumble before you got it right. Or you can just practice. You can just recite, practice, study, and then you just get it right once. Everything will fall into place. You'll know exactly where to cut. You'll know exactly where to go, and how to portray your projects. So I'll leave you with that thought. If people from the Trollphy Wife film are watching this, get more crew. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. But yeah, nice. Surprised. I thought I was gonna have more bad things to say, but I didn't. I actually had quite constructive criticism, I believe. Don't let this competition deter you. Just learn, live and learn. Watch other people's films. Watch old films, and find the style that you like. Find your As a director and cinematographer, you will eventually find your style of filmmaking. You will have this certain distinct look, and everyone will know who made that film just by the look of it. So yeah, alright guys, I'm gonna head off, but we'll have another video tomorrow. Ooh. And hopefully some more after that. But yeah, join in with me tomorrow, and I'll see you guys soon. Subscribe to my channel, give us a like, share on Facebook, and all that good stuff. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.